Hi, what's going on? It's Bobby Skinner doing another film breakdown for Talking Giants. And we're looking at a quarterback, Tyrod Taylor. The Giants signed to be their backup QB. Obviously, had his time as a starter with the Bills and then worked as a backup / starter with the Browns, Chargers, and then this past season with the Texans. And with Tyrod Taylor, I think first thing to know with backup QBs is a good backup QB is a bad starting quarterback. And that's what Tyrod Taylor is. He's a good backup QB, but if he's your starter, he's not going to be a good player, but he's passable. He can do things that can help you win games. The things that help win games are the things we all know about Taylor. The ability to move, the ability to escape, a good arm to make most of the throws. The things that worry about him is some indecisiveness, struggling versus the blitz, and then also creating sacks, and flat out missing guys at times. But we're going to go through it all. Again, I went through his best game, which is this game versus the Jaguars, and then his worst game versus the Dolphins. And I really think this is an important video because, the heat is on Daniel Jones right now. So there's going to be Tyrod Taylor takes. And I think this video will be a good reference point to see what he is, to maybe not be clamoring for him. But again, I think he's, the best backup QB the Giants have had since, Eli Manning, Daniel Jones, 2019. So let's get into it. We're going to go through his best game versus the Jags first, get through it. So first play, and there's some bad plays in this, but you see what makes Tyrod Taylor get the payday that he got. This first one's bad. Cover one. This is the first play of the season. You're motioning. Cover one blitz. Speed out. It's the right decision, but it's a little late. Like, you want this ball out here. This ball should be out here, and because it's late, it almost turns into an interception. I mean, really should have been an interception. I mean, this ball, got to get into that drop quicker, have that ball out. I mean, this is a quick bang-bang play. Again, good play on the corner. This is the right read. The corner kind of reads his eyes the whole way, makes a jump on that play. Almost starts the season off with an interception for himself. Bad camera angle from this side. Next play. They're showing two high safeties. This safety is going to roll down. Right read. You've got the matchup you want. You got the curl route. It's 3rd down and 4. We're about to get a first down. And just flat out misses high. Again, so, we're going chronologically, so there isn't like, oh, we're looking at these type of throws, looking at good throws and then bad throws. So we're going chronologically through this and just overthrows a guy. And that's, that's the end of a drive on that play. I mean, he does a good job setting his feet. Points his toes, just misses on the throw. Now, here's the thing that you like about Tyrod Taylor. Everything's covered up on this. You can maybe throw this, but everything's covered up. Gain yards. Ability to move, gain yards. Nice 7-yard gain. Helps move the chains. But everything's covered up. And you see, the safety, this is double, this is covered. This is essentially covered. But getting those yards, those are the things you like. Here are the throws that you love out of Tyrod Taylor. I mean, this is beautiful. They're running a 3-level read on this play. You got man coverage. Now, with the safety overplaying the top, this might be the right read. But, yeah, Houston's offensive line was really bad, by the way. You're going to see that a lot. I mean, this offensive line is really bad. But he's able to, off his back foot, make this throw under pressure. I mean, that's a 50-yard throw off his back foot. Puts it in a spot where his guy can make a play on it. In between the safety. Again, ideally, you want to be able to set your feet on this, see the safety playing over the top, and hit this, but he doesn't really have time for that. And he's not going to be able to make that throw off his back foot, most likely. Good speed on the ball. You'll see it from the back angle. I mean, just bad offensive line play. And again, the Giants' offensive line should be improved, but, I don't think it's going to be great. So you're going to need your backup QB to deal with some bad O-line play, which, Mike Glennon wasn't able to. Just puts a nice ball on him. Ends up leading to a scoring drive. Like and having the willingness to pull the trigger on that play. A lot of QBs take the sack on this because they're not going to try and throw it to that safety. Now it could get you in trouble, but like those are the plays that you like from Tyrod Taylor. Those are the plays that get you excited about him as a backup QB. Those are the ones that make the Sports Center highlights that gets you excited to be your backup QB. Next play is an example of good and bad. Obviously, nice gain here. The bad. Gets into his drop. He could step up in this, and we'll see from the back end, and pull the trigger on this. Have some anticipation. A step up on this in anticipation. The good is that your backup QB is not going to have the best timing. He's not always going to be able to step up on the pocket. He's not going to have that QB1 franchise QB type traits. So he's able to escape, use his legs, throw off platform, and you got yourself a nice gain. A nice 12-yard gain. See it from the back angle. All right, I didn't freaking clip the back angle. Pissing. Again, he could step up on this, pull the trigger on this, and it's a lot easier of a completion, but Tyrod Taylor is able to do things that other backup QBs aren't able to do. And that's why the Giants prioritize having a mobile backup QB. Because, again, you can't have a backup QB is not a good starting quarterback, and there's going to have indecision on these plays. He has some accuracy issues, and a lot of times it just stems from footwork of not, throwing off his back foot. You got the running back, David Johnson, running a whip route right here. This could be either 6 or get you a 1st and goal, and he just flat out misses it. We'll see it from the back angle. You got time. Get those cleats in the ground. And you're doing the fake swing. Set your feet and make this throw. It's there. You see the you can see the running backs breaking out right here. And you just miss them. And that's most likely a first and, or that is a 1st and goal and possibly a touchdown. That gets that could be now you have 3rd and 7. Now they end up scoring. Bottom of the screen. Nice rub route. Easy, make the read. He's not able to go over the top, get the ball there. Touchdown. So you make up for your mistake. Not the craziest thing in the world, but you got to be able to make these reads. Easy plays get touchdowns. Easy play gets points. Doing the right things. He's reading man coverage. That's the look you want versus this play. Reading Miles Jack in man coverage. Get the ball out. Touchdown. Touchdown Houston Texans. And you didn't get a lot of those calls this year for the Houston Texans. Here is another reason why you are really excited about Tyrod Taylor as your backup QB. And I know I've said that phrase. How many backup QBs are making that throw? 30 yards, sideline, tight throw. Pulling the trigger on it. Good anticipation. Good ball placement. Just a beautiful throw. Again, he's got good protection. Point those toes. Beautiful ball. Beautiful ball, 30-yard gain, 25-yard gain. getting into Jaguars territory. Those are the plays that lead to scoring drives. And when you got your backup QB playing, we're not going to be winning 49-35. You're going to be winning 24-21. So those type of plays are the plays that makes the difference between winning with your backup QB and losing with your backup QB. Now, these next few plays are all in a row. Show the main thing is the mobility, avoiding sacks. This should be a sack. I mean, everything's covered up. This should be a sack. This is a sack with most QBs. This play is dead. Avoids it. Throw it away. Look at the percentages of drives that score with a sack, and it's so low. Sacks are drive killers. And again, Tyrod Taylor is going to create some sacks, which we'll look through. But he avoids sacks. And again, those are drive killers. This should have went from 2nd and 2 to 3rd and 12. Instead, you get 3rd and 2. You get to live for another down. He's going to avoid the sack on this next play. Granted, maybe you could pull the trigger on this, but this linebacker is sitting on it. Throw this out. But avoid the sack. And now you got 4th and 2, so you don't get to move the chain. So again, this is some of the good and bad. Pull it. I know this linebacker is going to probably drop down on this. But again, avoiding a sack, making a play. Ideally, you want to get this. But again, he's got... Again, the Texans had horrible offensive line play. Now, maybe this is on Tyrod Taylor to set this protection better. But live for 4th and 2. You can ideally go for it in that situation if you're the Houston Texans or you're the New York Giants. Here is avoiding the sack and making a huge play. This is end of the half. This is with I think 30 seconds left in the half. You're probably not going to score, especially if you got Mike Glennon as your backup QB. They're running 4 verts. They're just trying to get down the field, essentially, get that chunk play. Running back doesn't pick up the protection. Tyrod Taylor is able to avoid. Flips his hips. We're thrown from the 35-yard line. And we got this guy coming across the field. 55-yard throw. 55-yard throw. This is the difference between 0 and 7 points. These are the type of plays that win games. I just talked about the backup QB. How do you win games with the backup QB? This is the way you can win games with the backup QB. Flip the hips. All the arm strength to make it. Bam. Bam. You got your timeouts. You get down to the field. You got man coverage. You essentially run 4 verts with a shallow. Touchdown. And not just an easy read. It's not just an easy read to be able to manipulate the pocket. Drop. He's got pressure. Sidestep it. You got this guy, raining down on you. Beautiful throw. Danny Amendola touchdown. Again, so we've shown differences of 14 points and probably 0. Or 10 points and 0. Here, this is a great play by the tight end too. We got this play action tight end post. Again, horrible offensive line play. Able to throw the ball off his back foot, pit it where only his guy can get it. And I mean only his guy can get it. One-handed catch. This is the better play on the tight end's point, but again, still making the throw. Most guys aren't pitting this in a spot where your tight end can one-hand it. Those are the things. Here, again, pressure. Bad offensive line play. Escape. You find the dig. He ends up dropping it. But this should have been a nice chunk play. Yeah, bad offensive line play. Step up. Don't just take off and run. Maybe not the best throw, but you got to catch this. This is a good throw by Tyrod Taylor. So that was his best game. That was his best game. And again, you see some bad in there, but you see plenty of good, and that's what gets you excited as a backup QB. Here's against the Miami Dolphins, and this game is flat out awful. Like, this was an awful, awful, awful game. Not just dumb decisions, but missing guys, missing out on points. You know, we talked about in the last game how he created points. He takes points off the board with some missed, easy throw. So let's get into it. First play, we've got play action. Outside receiver is going to run a post. This receiver's running a wheel, post wheel. It's a play that's meant to attack single high coverage. Safety does a really good job. Javon Holland playing both of these, and that's why he's a really good safety. I put that more as a good defensive play. But this is kind of the only place he could have went. I mean, possibly you can put a better ball on this, but I'm not gonna kill him for that play. But there could have been something there, but I'm not gonna lose it on Tyrod Taylor for that play. This next rep, this is, the command of the offense. Alert. He sees the read he's got. He sees he's got this cover zero blitz with these guys off. He's gonna alert this player to an out. You'll see you see he's calling the audible. See, he's alerting it. He's telling this running back to swing out. Hits the out route. First down. 2nd and 10, the first down in the red area. Having good control of the offense. Instead of handing this off. Set feet, go. First down. Let your guy make a play, first down. Good ball placement for Nico Collins. Next rep. Now this is a great defensive play that ends up being an interception. He's reading like, okay, I got man coverage. Like I'm audibling. Slot fade. We're getting this slot fade right here. I'm getting it. It's a pre-snap read. That's what I'm getting. You see Holland comes in motion with this. It shows man coverage. And this is an unreal disguise by Miami. But Holland isn't in man coverage. They're gonna have this linebacker manned up on him. A blitz, this blitzing corner, and Holland turns into this deep safety, reads it, like really baits this throw. Ends up being an interception. Bad protection by the running back. Interception. I mean, this is a beautiful play. Again, sometimes you do the right thing, but it doesn't work out. And I kind of view that as this play. So again, not every interception is created equal. He had 0 touchdowns, 3 interceptions in this game. One was tipped. This was on the first one. There's one that we're going to go through, which was just kind of unacceptable. Not every interception is created the same. Now, again, could put this ball right here, but you are nitpicking, especially for a backup QB. And he's not expecting Holland to be there. But I don't know if this is a touchdown regardless. Even if you just did have that man covered. So, but again, better play by Miami. I'm not going to kill Tyrod Taylor for that play. Next play. Again, this is where, does he get you out of sacks? Yes, but his indecisiveness will create sacks. You got this tight end running a stick route, out route here. You see his eyes. This ball's got to be out. This ball has to be out. You've got the read you look. Whether it's this guy or this guy, you have what you're looking for. This ball has to be out. And this ends up being a sack. Again, instead of 2nd and 4, you got second and 19. Again, this ball just has to be out. And I don't know what he's reading on this. Like, this ball has to be out. And you see he looks back to this side. But you've got this linebacker playing the middle field anyways to cover this. So I don't know. Like, this is kind of like a, where a sack is a way worse play on his, way worse decision making than that interception we just watched. And you're going to see this in this game. He struggled versus the blitz, and he created sacks that didn't need to be sacks. I mean, this is an unacceptable sack. This ball has to be out. This ball has to be out. Now here you're going to see him miss a touchdown. And these are the plays that hurt. You got Amendola. You got trips right, 3 by 1. Out and up. This should be 6. He's got time to set his feet. You got to let your guy make a play on this ball. I mean, it overthrows him by 5 yards. This is 6 points. You got this right here if you want. I know this safety's here, but this throw can be made for a touchdown. 2 guys he can hit for 6 points. And just flat out misses. I know he's dealing with the blitz. But this has to be 6 points. This is, again, where you won't want your backup QB taking points off the board, and that's what Tyrod Taylor did in this game. We got some play action. Slot's going to run a dig. You're going to see this slot right here. Pull the trigger. This is a sack he doesn't need to take. You got your feet set. Pull the trigger. Pull the trigger. Get this ball right here. I know you're dealing with pressure. Pull the trigger. There's no reason for him not to be throwing it. You even got a second chance. You step up. You've got a second chance. Pull the trigger. Pull the trigger. Pull the trigger. And you're taking a sack. This is where he wants to go. This is essentially a 2-read throw. You're either going here or you're checking it down. This is an easy read, and you've got exactly what you want. You got all this green area. Pull the trigger there. Okay, step up. Pull the trigger. Pull the trigger. Pull the trigger. Pull the trigger. And you're taking a sack. Like, those are the things you can't have. Now, here you're going to see him avoid a sack. This play is busted. This play sucks. Everything's covered. There's nowhere to go on this. I mean, there's nowhere to go on this play. So, instead of taking the sack, instead of taking a drive ender, instead of having 3rd and 15, well, now we got 3rd and 4. And that makes it a hell of a lot more manageable. I mean, there's nothing here for him. Nothing here for him. So again, it's the legs, the want to move around hurts at times, but I think it helps more as a backup quarterback. Here we're gonna miss another touchdown. I mean, this is a horrible throw. This is worse than that other out and up. You've got man coverage. You get the cover 0 blitz. Maybe, I get not being able to set your feet on this. You got a free runner. But you've got to put this ball in the middle. You got to let your guy make a play on this. This ball has to be towards the inside. And it's total towards the outside and overthrown. And these are throws that every college quarterback needs to be able to make. And obviously he can make them. But you can't afford these. I mean, this has to. I understand throwing off the back foot, but I mean, just horrible footwork. Put this ball in the middle of the field. This should be 6 points. You know, and that's now 2 touchdowns taken off the board. 2 touchdowns taken off the board. This ball should be right here. And it's right here. Like, those are unacceptable types of throws. This next play, what do we got? I accidentally clipped the side angle, but what you're going to see is you're going to see the tight end on a stick route. I'm going to have to ask you to trust me that it's there. And that he needs to be pulling the trigger. Sack. Pull the trigger. Pull the trigger. Throw. This one I'm not going to get on too much because it is a bang play, but it is a sack you didn't have to take. Here is his worst play of the game. We've got this tight end. Throw the ball. Throw the ball. But like that Jacksonville Jaguars game, sometimes you miss the reads. You miss the reads. So he's able to use his legs and not turn this into a disaster play. You know, you got 2nd and 20, I'm assuming from some type of penalty. This doesn't need to be a disaster play even though you missed your read. And that's what you like about Tyrod Taylor. Be able to move his, be able to, use those legs, get outside the pocket. Now it's still going to be 3rd and 20 regardless. But this is where it's just like, this is stupid. These are like meme. This is a meme-worthy play. This is the play if your season goes bad and he's your backup QB, this is the type of plays you remember. These are the LOL plays. Throw the ball out of bounds. Does this stupid little flip. Lazy. This is lackadaisical. And again, this isn't a character. This isn't like, listen, this isn't something I don't think you have to worry about with Tyrod Taylor, but I have to show it. Interception. So, now again, I don't think you need to be worrying about Tyrod Taylor making these type of plays. It is one play. You don't want to judge a guy off one play. But damn, man, that's a really bad play. That's a really stupid throw. Like that's one you like that throw's gonna haunt, that play's gonna haunt Tyrod Taylor for the rest of his life. That's a play he's gonna remember for the rest of his life. Here you're gonna see the sprint out, using his legs. These are the type of things when you are facing these blitz heavy teams and you have a bad offensive line. Use those legs. You got the curl down here. Bam, arm strength, got it. First down. Moving the chains. Get outside the pocket, throwing on the move. These are the Tyrod Taylor plays we like. And I know this was a really bad game, but those are the things you can do when you're facing, his struggles are versus the blitz. So you're playing the Miami Dolphins who are going to cover zero blitz you. Those are the type of things you should incorporate more. Like know what your players' strengths and weaknesses are. Incorporate more of those types of plays. Here, Amendola on motion is going to run a wheel. We missed another touchdown. Now, I just talked about getting him outside the pocket. Easy throws. This is an easy throw. Throw it behind him if you have to. This is 6 points. This is the 3rd touchdown we missed out on in this game. That bothers me way more than the 3 interceptions. I mean, seriously. Like, that bothers me way more than the 3. This should be a 3 touchdown game for Danny Amendola. Fantasy football people should be like, oh, Danny Amendola's still in the league? 3 touchdown game? This should have been a 3 touchdown game for Danny Amendola. And they end up with 9 points. 9 points. The same amount of points that the Giants' putrid offense got versus Miami Dolphins team the week before, I think it was. Or maybe the week after. Or 2 weeks after, I don't know. And you see it. Eating them alive. I'm not going to say like, oh, you need to set your feet on this. You just got to make this throw. That's an easy throw that you have to make. Next play. Nice read. They're running a mesh concept. You got man coverage. This guy in man coverage is going to get clogged up in all of this. I think they call this for a rub route, which I think is bullcrap. It's not a rub route. But quick read, smart read. This is where he's best in the quick game. Get it out. Now your running back's got room to go. And you say, oh, that's not a great quarterback play. I think it is. I think that's a really good quarterback play. And I do think they called it a rub route. You see him throw the flag, but I don't think that's a rub route, and I hate the way the NFL calls that. But that's a nice big gain, and I put that on the QB more so than I do the running back. Like, good play by Tyrod Taylor. Here they're going to run a deep flat, and here's the throws that you love, that most backup QBs in the league don't make, and this is why Tyrod Taylor's going to make more than most backup QBs. Deep flood concept. You got to fit it in between two guys. We're throwing this ball 38 yards down the field. Amendola ends up dropping it, so they really didn't help each other out much in this game. And this throw could have been a little bit better. He's got his feet set. You got to make that catch. I know it's not the easiest one, but you do have to make that catch. And you can argue, well, put it down here a little bit. Make the catch. I think you got to make this catch. I mean, that to me, that's a beautiful throw. Those are the throws that get you excited about your backup quarterback. Those are the throws like, oh, this guy could be better than the starter, if he makes those throws without all those mistakes in between. Here, pull the trigger, man. Turn himself to a sack down at the 1 yard line. You got first and 10 at the 7 yard line. You can't lose ground. You got an RPO. He gets the look he wants off this linebacker. This linebacker plays up. You've got it, man. Pull the trigger. Like, I don't know what's going through his head on this play. Like, it just seemed phased in this game. And I know this cover 0, cover 1 blitzing heavy Miami Dolphins defense can do that to a QB. But this is easy stuff. Pull the trigger. Throw the ball. And instead, you're taking a sack. Like, there's so many negative plays in this game. So many like that. Again, I hate the word unacceptable because it's like, well, is it unacceptable? Are you benching him the next play? But those are the plays that like people will call unacceptable for a quarterback. Here, another nice quick concept. Danny Amendola in motion. Good timing. Good ball placement. Bam. Yak. Yak, 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 yak. Reads it well. You got man coverage. These are the ways to compensate versus these cover 0 blitzes. It's not going to be, you're not going to have a perfect plays, but those are the plays that you can get versus these heavy blitz teams. Those are the things you want to do when you're facing a heavy blitz team with the Giants. And this is the last play we're going to go through, and this is buying time. Everything's covered up. There's no throw to be made. You got a 2-man route. He's going to block and release. Bam, make that guy miss. Make this guy miss with the fake throw. Now you got 3rd and goal at the 1 yard line. I mean, there's nobody. Whoop! Fake throw. Get Christian Wilkins, his smiling ass up in the air. Got someone on your back. Nice throw. 3rd and goal at the 1. Didn't end up scoring. But good job on Tyrod Taylor on this. So, he's a backup QB. There's a lot of bad, but there's enough good for you to be excited as your backup. I think he is one of the better backups in the league. I like maybe Marcus Mariota being better, but I do think if you would have told me that, if you just had, without thinking about money, who were the 2 backup QBs you would like in the NFL that were available, it would have been Tyrod Taylor and Marcus Mariota. So I'm excited for him to be the backup. I do have some disagreements with the contract and just backup QB philosophy in general. But there's some good in there. And again, this was his worst game. So you go watch the in the middle games, full games, see how you feel about him. But yeah, like, subscribe. Use this video. Tell your friends about this video. If they're giving you some crazy Tyrod Taylor takes, like bad or too good, which is what I see mostly, or bad, show them this video. I think this video is a really good reference point of what you think about him. Be a smarter fan. I feel like this video should make you a smarter fan. So like, subscribe. Check out all the free agent film breakdowns, the O-line guys, Glowinski, Feliciano, Gano, and the Giants are going to sign some other guys. So I appreciate you guys watching. Like, subscribe, tell your friends. Bam, bam, bam. Look at this. Trash.